Hello guys, welcome to the C++ tutorial series. In this video, we will learn about namespaces in C++. My name is Kafui and welcome to my channel mod.dev. Please subscribe and like to help the channel grow and turn on the bell notification icon to get notified whenever I release a content on the channel. With that said, let's dive in. In C++, namespaces are a way to organize code and prevent naming conflicts. They allow you to group related classes, functions, variables under a common name, which helps to avoid naming conflicts and make your code more maintainable. So in order to declare a namespace in C++, you use the namespace keyword followed by the name of your namespace. So in this example, I'll just say my namespace. And then in curly braces, you put in your functions, your variables, or even your classes. So I'll just initialize a variable, say x, which is an integer to 20. And then a function, I'll say print message, and then this will just std cout hello world, and then I'll terminate this. So by so doing, I have declared a namespace in C++. Now, how do we access the functions or variables or classes that we have defined in a namespace? So when I come to my main function and try accessing the print message function, for example, you see that we don't even get auto completion, and then the IDE gives me an error. So in order to access this function or variables or classes defined in a namespace, you write the name of the namespace. So in this case, my namespace, and then followed by the scope resolution operator, and you see that the IDE has given us auto completion. So I can access the x value, I can access the print message function. So I'll just do that and then terminate it. And then when I run my code, let's see, hopefully we get what hello world outputted in the console. I can go ahead using the name of the namespace, which is my namespace, and then the scope resolution operator. I can access the x value as well. So this is how we can access variables or objects that have been declared in a namespace. Now, we know that we have been making use of a standard library namespace a lot. That is the std namespace. So in order to output something to the console, we use std, then using the scope resolution operator cout, and then we output something. Let's say we want to end this line, we can say std cout end line or end l, and then save. So all these objects cout, end l, and co, they are defined in the standard library namespace. So let me go ahead and then declare another namespace. This one namespace, this one is called mass, and then in curly braces I'll just use double here for dynamic, to be dynamic a bit. I'll say add, and then double a, another double, and then b, and then this will just return to us a plus b, and I'll save. So I'll come here and then comment this code out. In order to access this add function in the mass namespace, I'll come here and say double, I'll say result, and assign it to the mass namespace, then the scope resolution operator, then my add function, and then I'll just pass in 10.5 and then 30. Let's say 5 again. Then I'll terminate this. Then I'll go ahead and say std using the std namespace cout using the cout object. Then I'll output the result, and hopefully when I run my code, we get 41 outputted in the console. So this is how we can declare namespace or define a namespace in C++ to organize our code or organize related functions or variables in one source or in one place. So now in order to use these variables or functions declared in this namespace without prefacing it with the name of the namespace, or in other words, in order to access objects, classes, or functions that are declared in the namespace without writing the name of the namespace and then the scope resolution operator, we can use the using directive in C++. So at the top of the code, I can just come here and say using then namespace, then the name of the namespace. So mass and terminate it. And then by so doing, when I remove the namespace here, the prefixing of the namespace here, and then the scope resolution operator, when I run my code, we get the same result outputted in the console. So in order to remove, prevent you, or if you want to avoid prefixing the name of these objects, functions with the name of the namespace, you can use the using directive. So I can do this for the std library namespace. So I'll just come to the top of the code and say using namespace std, and when I terminate it, I can remove this std and then scope resolution. I can remove this one too. And where am I using it again? Yes, I'm using it here. Remove this one, and then when I run my code, hopefully our code runs successfully. So this is how we can organize our code using namespaces in C++. That is all for this video. If you have any questions, put them in the comment for discussion. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.